God's wonderful surprise. Jesus' friends were sad. They would never see their best friend again. How could this happen? Wasn't Jesus the rescuer? The king God had promised? It wasn't supposed to end like this. Yes, but whoever said anything about the end? Just before sunrise, on the third day, God sent an earthquake and an angel from heaven. When the guards saw the angel, they fell down with fright. The angel rolled the huge stone away, sat on top of it, and waited. At the first glimmer of dawn, Mary Magdalene and other women headed to the tomb to wash Jesus' body. The early morning sun slanted through the ancient olive trees, drops of dew glittering on leaves and grasses, little tears everywhere. The friends walked quietly along the hilly path, through the olive groves, until they reached the tomb, and immediately noticed something odd. It was wide open. They peered through the opening into the dark tomb. But wait! Jesus' body was gone! There's the women going to wash Jesus' body. And something else. A shining man was there with clothes made from lightning. Don't be scared, the angel said. But they couldn't help it. They screamed anyway. The angel then asked them, "What are you doing here? This is a tomb, and tombs are for dead people." The women couldn't speak. "Jesus isn't dead anymore," he said. "He's alive again." And their hearts leapt. And the angel laughed with such gladness that they felt, for a moment, as if they had woken from a nightmare. There we go. There's the angel with lightning clothing, and the women excited, glad, not sure what's happening, but still trusting. The other women rushed home, but Mary stayed behind. How could it be true? Jesus was definitely dead. How could he be alive? Just then, Mary heard someone else in the garden. Perhaps it's the gardener, she thought. He'll know where Jesus' body is. "I don't know where Jesus is," Mary said urgently. "I can't find him." But it was all right. Jesus knew where she was, and he had found her. Mary. Only one person had said her name like that. She could hear her heart thumping. She turned around. She could make out a figure. She shaded her eyes to see and thought she was dreaming. But she wasn't dreaming. She was seeing. Jesus! Mary fell to the ground. Sudden tears filled her eyes and great sobs shook her whole body, and all she wanted in that moment was to cling to Jesus and never let him go. "You'll be able to hold on to me later, Mary," Jesus said gently, "and always be close to me. But now go and tell the others that I'm alive." Isn't that amazing news? Mary ran and ran all the way to the city. She had never run so fast or so far in all her life. She felt she could have run forever. She didn't even feel like her feet touched the ground. The sun seemed to be dancing with gleaming and bounding across the sky, racing with her and shining brighter than she could ever remember in the clear, fresh air. And it seemed to her that morning, as she ran, almost as if the whole world had been made anew, almost as if the whole world was singing for joy. The trees, tiny sounds in the grass, the birds, her heart. Was God really making everything sad come untrue? Was he really making even death come untrue? She couldn't wait to tell Jesus' friends. "They won't believe it," she laughed. She was right, of course. And I would say that's the end, but it's not the end, boys and girls. That's just the beginning, because Jesus is alive. And Jesus is a real person. I don't know what you believe or what you've been told, but Jesus is a real person, and he's living and he's breathing, and he is willing to make us new and alive. And I hope that you come to know who he is. I hope that you search for him with all of your heart and that you find him. I have great joy in my heart knowing that Jesus is alive and that he lives in me. He helps me to live new life. He helps me to see things in better ways. He is the most amazing person I have ever known. And yet he is God. And so he created the stars and the planets and our world and the grass and the birds. He created it all. And yet he is a man as well. Jesus is amazing. And I really hope, boys and girls, that you come to know him because he's worth it. And I hope that this Easter you learn more about the Easter story, about him dying on the cross to save you from your sins, and then rising again from the dead because he's God and because he can't be defeated by death, because he defeated death. It's such an amazing thing to know. And I hope you look more into the Bible and that you realize that there are more great stories in it about Jesus and about his people and the people that followed him and about God. Well, boys and girls, that's the end of Storyteller Tammany for today. I hope you have an amazing Good Friday, and I hope you have a happy Easter and that you learn the true meaning of Easter. And if you're looking forward to another story, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit the notifications bell so you can get a notification every time there's a new story. I look forward to this so much, boys and girls. Bye-bye!